best not to rush these things. First try. Hello, can you? Let's come back a bit. Oh, this is keeping me warm. Yeah, that's right. You can see that finish in there, but it's really nice. hoping that'll fit in there. And I'll be able to face the front of that off. Yeah, I could have made that a little bit longer. Okay, warp 9.
John Captain! Not push it any harder! Okay, that's enough of that.
That was terrifying. Come on, don't be like that. That looks better. Totally worth it. So my transfer punch wasn't big enough, so I just very carefully built it up with painter's tape. And so that's going to be close enough, I hope. That's the mark. So that's what's left of my chuck. I've taken it apart just to see what exactly happened. And this part supports the 3 jaws, and as you can see, it's just cracked it straight off. And these were all flexed out. And anyway, I don't want to waste this. This is an NT40 a taper, which is what this mill takes. And I've sort of been wanting a spare one of these to make some other stuff for this mill, so I'm not going to waste that. We've got some nice simple geometry that I can lock onto, and there's a left-handed thread here which isn't really useful for what I want, but deep in the guts there's looks like an M8, a standard M8 bolt. So I think I'll put this to use at a later date. So currently I've got a Morse taper 2 adapter in here with my chuck off my lathe, and it's comically long, but it'll just have to do for the rest of the build. For me, this is all a learning curve. I am a fitter and turner by trade. I just finished my apprenticeship, so I'm sort of early into this journey. And basically, my working life thus far, I've done more fitting than I have turning, if that makes sense. Fixing industrial equipment, mainly food processing stuff. I guess you could say I was and still am, a food grade grease monkey, if that makes sense. It's an interesting life. It's actually a lot of fun. It's cool coming in and working out what the problem is and then making a solution. And very often it's not very hard to fix the problems that you come across. You just need to understand the process and what leads on to what, because very often you'll come in and an operator will be saying the problem is here, but the problem they're seeing stems from 3 steps back. And the worst thing is when the operator gets a hold of some spanners or Allen keys or whatever and starts adjusting things, thinking they can fix it. Sometimes they do, I'll give them credit, but a lot of the times it just means that I have to first undo what they've done to then diagnose the real problem. The joys of it all. Anyway, I still do that stuff, and I really enjoy it. But this is all a learning curve, is what I'm saying. So the workflow isn't as smooth as it will be, and I'm really enjoying this. The cool thing is that it's really the likes of this old Tony and A-Bomb and Stefan, Blondie Hacks. It's these guys that really have been my long distance mentors, if you like. I've been watching that group and really learning a lot, which has been good because, up until recently I haven't had an opportunity to have much time on this sort of gear. I feel pretty confident on a lathe, but it's good to do some projects and put some of the theory to the test. So I need to get on with this. It's sad, but it's a learning curve. I've been gifted a lot of imperial cutters and stuff, and the problem is I don't have an imperial collet. So, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. That's quite a knob. Yeah, it's good. That's cool. Nice. Oh, there we go. So this is basically exactly what I was after. Something that could bend a nice tight radius and do it consistently. Pretty much as hard as I can pull on this bender is about 90 degrees, which is also good. I'm mainly going to be doing 90-degree stuff. Very rarely do I want to go over. This is actually really good. Welding it to the bench is, I guess, a bit of a commitment. I can always, cut those welds. I am going to round off the corners just so that there's, you're not going to brush up into a hard corner, or if my kids come in here or whatever, rounded corners are always best. So that'll be another thing I'll do off camera. And I'll probably give this thing a coat of paint. But yeah, this has been a couple of days, but totally worth it. I really needed to be able to bend this stuff to just make some really nice features on this rocket stove build that I'm in the middle of. So this is sort of like a side project. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed doing it. I enjoy making videos, and as long as you enjoy watching them, I'll keep making them. So that sounds like a good deal, right? But thank you for watching. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section. But otherwise, it's working really well. I would like to harden these jaws, but I just don't have any provisions to really do that. So for now, they can remain soft. Yeah, and I bought a shaper, so that was cool. I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm just like, ever since I saw Vissol Tony bray his shaper to death with a lump of wood, what can I say? I've just always wanted a shaper ever since then. Though I have a large shed to work in, I kind of need the space because of the size projects I do. I can't sort of just fill it up with tools. I don't like clutter. So finding that little shaper was great. I mean, I had to drive, it was an 8-hour round trip down to Uralla from where I live, so it was quite a leisurely drive on Sunday to go and buy a shaper. But the gentleman I bought it off was really nice, and he also has a surface grinder for sale, and that would probably be the next tool on my bucket list that I want to get. I've just got to work out where I'll put it, but This is pretty good. I think this is where it's going to live. Well, it's welded to this bench, so this is where it's going to stay for a while. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.